for the death!
Okay, my needle drops. Oh my gosh, I have quite an album for you right here. But before I get into that, I want to say this past Friday I reviewed the new Deer Hunter album. I just want to make sure nobody missed it. So, right there, click on that or go in the D box and you can watch the review. And second thing I want to mention, on the needledrop.com there is a track from the new Fresh and Only's LP, Play It Strange. Link down there in the D box. Download it. Yeah, it's a good song. Alright, my needle drops. Do you know why I started this channel? So that I could talk about and expose music that you don't know. Now, that has become increasingly more difficult because there are over 9,000 of you, and you're all listening to everything. But let's just give that a try right now. Nails' second album, Unsilent. Nails is a trio started by the ex-guitarist for the band Terror, Todd Jones. Now, Todd has left that project for something here that is much, much more intense. Something that should have any Terror song shaking in its camo shorts. On this release, you have 10 songs that span 15 minutes, which doesn't leave a lot of time for each song. You've got 30-second tracks that sport a lot of grindcore influence, extremely abusive flurries of drums, guitars and distorted bass playing so fast that they just blend into this wall of noise that just shatters your ears along with the drums. It's amazing. For anybody who is not only into grindcore, but into noise also. And I would say the longer tracks on this thing bring just as much fury to the table, if not more. Actually, the longer tracks is where this thing really gets memorable. Catchy lyrics coming through, catchy by hardcore standards anyway, lots of breakdowns, and with the way some of these power chords are just ringing out on a couple of these tracks, you'd think there's like some doom metal or stoner metal influence flowing throughout these songs too. Now, the title track and the closer are the only two songs that break the 2-minute barrier, and here Nails prove that they're not just abusive, they're not just noisy, they can structure tracks as well. Throw some guitar solos in there. There's actually a part that's enjoyable, but a little funny to me. The solo / interlude over the title track, Unsilent Death, sounds a lot like the solo / interlude or bridge in the song Walk by Pantera. Just the tone of the bass, the way the bass line is just throbbing against the mix, the drums, and that dirty, filthy guitar tone as well. Yeah, the guitars on this thing are very, very abrasive at a lot of points. The bass guitar blends in with that on a lot of this LP, but still at the points where it separates from the guitar, you can tell that it is adding a lot of thickness to this mix, making Nails feel much heavier. The drums have a ton of punch to them. And the vocals, I'm absolutely in love with. This entire album, I would liken it to something like a wind chamber. The wind is just blowing in your face and your eyes, you can't keep them open and your lips are flapping back and you're just like, ugh. 90-mile-per-hour winds in your face for 15 minutes straight. Now, the lyrics play on recurring hardcore themes, traitorism, religion, control being forced upon a person, conformity, things like that. I'm not building this thing up to be the most original album in hardcore or grind or metal out there. It's most definitely not. It has a lot of influences, much of them being contemporaries, so don't be surprised if maybe for some moments this sounds like some of the same, maybe something you've heard before. Because sometimes what's awesome, what's amazing, what's the best thing out there right now isn't necessarily the most different thing or the most original thing, but maybe merely an improvement upon what we already know exists. That's what Unsilent Death is for me. And because of that, I'm feeling 9 on this thing. I have just fallen in love with how mean this thing is. It's mean! Yeah! Okay, Anthony Fantano, Nails, Unsilent Death, forever.